Hello, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Scott Sports 101. We're going to talk Browns and NFL football because the regular season gets underway this week. We're going to talk Buckeyes, we're going to talk college football, and we're going to talk Major League Baseball. We'll talk Tribe and Major League Baseball. But first, here is today's Scott Sports 101 trivia question. In the famous collision between Larry Brown and Leon Wagner in 1966, what former Indian hit the pop fly that caused it? I will have the answer later on the podcast. And week one of the NFL gets underway this week on Sunday, officially on Sunday, and the Browns are getting ready to take on the Tennessee Titans this Sunday at First Energy Stadium. Baker Mayfield will start at quarterback along with all the Browns' regular season starters, and that includes wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. Now, the Browns released Jalen Strong, as you know, and they also released Braxton Miller this past week. And I thought the Browns should have held on to Miller because he had a lot of potential in him, and I know a lot of Browns fans agree with me on that. And I quote you on that, and I got to tell you, I just feel that the Browns really should have, because they really, I think, had something with him. Now, as you know, the Browns have been incredibly bad in season opening day games. The Browns have been 1-18 in season openers since returning to the National Football League in 1999. The only season opener victory was a 22-3 at home over the Baltimore Ravens in 2004. And that's the only one we've won since. It's been 15 years since we last won an opening day game. Now, 14 of the opening day losses have been at home. Last year, the Browns broke an NFL record 13-game losing skid. They did not win. They tied the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers, rallying down from a 27 deficit midway through the fourth quarter. Now, and Josh Gordon was still on the lineup then. Tyrod Taylor was the quarterback, and Greg Anderson and Greg Anderson. And Greg, who was a kicker last year, tried to kick a field goal and missed it, and then went in overtime, and it ended in a tie, as you know. Now, I feel the Browns are 5.5 favorites to win this game this week, and I feel the Browns need to win this season opener, and I feel that this is going to end. They ended their drive opening day losses last year, even though it was a tie, but I think this is officially going to end the skid of opening day losses because we have not seen an opening day winner in a long time, and I feel the Browns need to win this game, and I feel that they are, and it's going to be a challenge for the Browns this week, and they have never played the Tennessee Titans on an opening day game. They beat them last year in October, 21-7 last year in October. And it was October 17th, actually, they beat them. And check me on that if I'm wrong. And I do feel that the Browns are really going to I think, win this game. I think they're going to have the edge in this game, and I really think they're going to win it. And I do feel we're going to see a lot of the starters, and I think now that the cuts have been made, and I think we'll see some of the draft picks in there. And as you know, Kareem Hunt is on a 8-game suspension. He'll be doing that. And Austin Callaway will be serving a 4-game suspension. So we will see them in the upcoming weeks ahead. Now, being early in the NFL, I just feel that the Browns are going to – the Sports Illustrated picked the Browns to go 11-5. And I say they're going to go 12-4, but we'll see. I still haven't gotten any inputs from all of you about how many games you think the Browns are going to win this year. So I'm saying 12-4, but I'd like to see 11-5 either way. So we'll see. But still let me know what you think, how many games you think the Browns are going to win. you know to put a comment on my discussion page at Scott Sports 101, my YouTube channel, or go to my email website, scottsports101 at gmail.com. I want to know your inputs on this. I want to know what you think. Let me know how many games you think the Browns are going to win this season. Now, I really think the offense is really going to have to step it up with the Titans this week, and they're going to really have to put the pressure on the Titans offense as well as the defense. And I really think the Browns need to run the pocket, and I think Baker Mayfield is going to do just that. He's really going to really get the Browns ready, and so is Freddie Kitchens. And Freddie Kitchens says he's really looking forward to seeing these guys play, and I think he feels the Browns are ready for this opening day game. They're going to be ready. And you can catch all the action on CBS 19. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. The 2019 100th anniversary NFL football regular season kicks off tomorrow night with the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers at Soldier Field in Chicago. The Bears are 3-point favorites to win tomorrow night's game against the Packers. Now, the Packers' Rashawn Gary will be a key piece to this game in Week 1, and it's going to be a really good challenge for Austin Jones and quarterback Mitch Trubisky, and also and other Bears players as well, and because they're really going to have to put the pressure on the Packers defense. But I don't think Green Bay is not going to be a team that they were last year. But Aaron Rodgers really wants the Packers to beat the Bears tomorrow night, and I feel the Bears are going to have the edge in this one, being that's played at Soldier Field, and Betty White will make an appearance on the pregame show, on the kickoff show, or I think the halftime show. Check me if I'm wrong. And so there'll be other appearances of other guest celebrities. So look forward to that. And I just feel this is going to be really a fun game to watch between the Bears and the Packers. But I feel the Bears have the edge in this game. And kickoff for the Thursday night football game between the Bears and Packers is tomorrow night at 8:20 on NBC. And I will have a Thursday night football pregame show to kick off my season premiere of Scott Sports 101 Thursday night football pregame show. It's my pregame show. And I will have a Scott Sports Thursday night football postgame show once the Bears and Packers game has concluded. But I'm looking forward to Sunday, because that will be the official season premiere of Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday. And now I have a pregame show for the Browns game and all the early games, and a postgame show for all the early games. I'll recap them all. And then I'll have the season premiere for the late games pregame show, for the NFL late games pregame show, and the NFL late games postgame show, and the season premiere of Scott Sports 101 NFL Football Sunday, and that'll be pregame postgame, and then the season premiere of Scott Sports 101 Monday Night Football pregame postgame, and getting back to the Sunday one for the early games pregame show, I will break down. I will break down all the early games besides the Browns game, and I will be on location at the Murphy House, the home of my friends Matt and Katie Murphy, and joining me for that game will be, as my special guest, once again, will be my really good friend Matt Murphy. And I said we'll break it down, and we'll break it down. We'll tell you what we think the Browns need to do to win this game, and we'll go over all the NFL early games. And I will have my NFL picks of the week to go over all those games, and we will break down those games, and we'll just break down what we feel the Browns need to do to win this game, and what Baker Mayfield needs to do, and just all the NFL action as well. And we will also have a kind of hopefully an a great moment in NFL history. We'll see about that, and we're gonna just do a lot of fun stuff, and we're gonna see what we're also gonna break down the plays we feel the Browns are gonna do for this game. So join me Sunday afternoon for the Scott Sports 101 NFL football preseason premiere, which will be early games, pregame show, and postgame show, and all of it. We will get to the Buckeyes and the Tribe in just a moment, but it is now time to reveal the answer to today's Scott Sports 101 NFL, Scott Sports 101 trivia question, excuse me. In the famous collision between Larry Brown and Leon Wagner in 1966, what former Indian hit the pop fly that caused it? And if you said Roger Maris, you are correct. Brown's career, not to mention his life, very nearly ended with this incident. He suffered a fractured skull and could have died if pitcher Don McMahon hadn't kept him from swallowing his tongue. He was out for 6 weeks, putting a damper on the Indians' fine start in 1966. I'll have another trivia question on my Scott Sports 101 Thursday night football pregame show on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Now, after a big 45-21 win over Florida Atlantic, the Buckeyes will get ready to take on the Cincinnati Bearcats at Ohio Stadium in Columbus. Head coach Ryan Day said, I think watching the film here for a couple of days, we've got our hands full, and it's a very good football team. And very well coached. Coach Fickell, who is the Bearcats head coach, has done a very good job building this toughness into this program. Now, the Buckeyes have a lot of areas they need to work on, and they know what they need to do. And Coach Ryan Day liked a lot of things he saw in last week's game, and hoping to do better in this week's game. So hopefully, I think the Buckeyes will come away, though, with a win in this game. And kickoff is at 12 noon on ABC. Well, the Tribe lost to the Chicago White Sox tonight at Progressive Field in Game 2 of this 3-game series against the Chicago White Sox. Mike Clevenger was on the hill for the Tribe tonight. Clevenger went 7 innings, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, and struck out 9 batters. Then the bullpen took over, but could not close the door on the Chicago White Sox. The Tribe scored 1 in the first, 1 in the 5th, and 3 in the 7th, but it just was not enough as they come up 1 run short. And Carlos Carrasco came on from the bullpen for an inning or 2, and he gave up 4 hits, 4 runs, and struck out 2 batters. And it was great to see Carlos Carrasco back out on the hill tonight from the bullpen. The Tribe will try to take Game 3 of this 4-game series against the Chicago White Sox tomorrow night at Progressive Field. Shane Bieber on the hill for the Tribe with a record of 12-7, and Ivan Nova on the hill for the White Sox with a record of 9-11. First pitch at 7:10 on Sports Time, Ohio. The Tribe is now 6 games in back of the Minnesota Twins in the AL Central, so they're going to really have to string some wins together if they want to get back to being number 1 and really have first place and secure that first round bye in the playoffs. Well, that's just about going to wrap it up for this edition of Scott Sports 101. I'll be back for the kickoff season premiere of Scott Sports 101 Thursday Night Football pregame show. And that will be before the Bears and Packers game on Thursday night. And so until then, always remember, be a team player each and every day in every way possible. So long, everybody. 3, 2, 1, I'm done.